Hello everyone, I am Slow Rider, this is my world, and welcome back to my European adventure. This is day 3, and as you can see, I've just left the Technic Museum at Speyer, which, I mean, I could spend all day walking around there, to be honest, and I still wouldn't see everything. There's just so much to see, so much interesting, wonderful stuff. But I needed to be moving on. But if you do get time to go to, or if you're in the area of Heidelberg, go and visit this Technic Museum because it is absolutely amazing. It's about €20 to get in, I think. It was just over €20. And there might be a small parking charge, but there's railway stations and such like close by as well if you didn't want to ride your bike there or drive in a car or whatever. I think it might actually also be possible to sneak your bike in. But anyway, I don't advocate to that, obviously. But I was going to head off slightly further east again. Um, I did consider going to the Hockenheimring, which is a stone's throw from Speyer, near Heidelberg. The last time I was there, there was a little museum-y type thing, and they did a tour where you could actually go round the lap just once. Didn't get to do that, but it just looks like they've stopped doing that. So I went past the Hockenheimring. I did take the quick roads as well, frankly, because otherwise it would be town traffic, and that's just boring and dull, even if it is in a foreign country. So I was heading off to another place called, I think it's pronounced Sinsheim. Um, but it is another town near Heidelberg. It's to the southeast of Heidelberg, which has a Technic Museum, and I believe it's twinned or it's owned by the same people as the one at Speyer. But again, it's another one that's well worth going to see, and again, I think it's about €20 to get in. Now, I should apologise also, again, for the lack of sound in this episode. I'm hoping this is going to be the last one which doesn't have any sound, and I have to do the voiceover for it. We'll see how that works out, but I'm pretty sure that it was connected every other point after this. So hopefully this is the last one, and then you'll get actual engine sounds and all sorts of things like that. The Technic Museum at Sinsheim is actually a lot closer to a railway station than the one at Speyer, so you shouldn't really have any problems making your way between the museums, and particularly from Heidelberg, it's direct service. have a mere snippet of what's actually available to see at that particular Technic Museum. There is so much there, and I love the fact that they have Concorde, one of the Air France ones, and Concorde ski on top of the warehouse, and you can go inside. It is very difficult to walk up them actually because they are at an angle, and you do have to walk up them at that angle. It's quite a steep slope, so if you're not fit, or if you're quite a big lad, that might be tricky. But again, well worth going to see, and yeah, you could spend all day there looking around what's there. Amazing. What I didn't see there, and I'm sure it is there most of the time, there's a car called Brutus, which is German made, but it's very much a sort of 1930s, 1940s style racing car. I think that sort of era. But it's got the engine from a Messerschmitt Bf 109, one of the old German fighter planes from the Second World War. There was a British one, I can't remember what the British one's called, but I think it's got a Merlin engine from a Spitfire in it or something like that. But Brutus is apparently usually held at that particular Technic Museum. But I didn't see it on this particular visit, which is a shame. At this point in the day, I decided I wasn't going to stick to the twisty roads. It was, I think, about 2 in the afternoon at this point, and if I took the local roads, it was going to take another 5 hours to get to my campsite, which I thought, given the heat of the day, that would be far too long. So, having fought my way through the streets of Sinsheim and possibly a little bit of Heidelberg, I jumped on the motorway to shorten the journey quite a lot. And it was on this particular stretch of the journey, actually, that I stopped at the most expensive petrol station on the entire route. And I think they were charging, if I remember that's right, it was 2.1 euros per litre, which is very approximately £2 per litre. And to give you some sort of context there, I think the UK prices at the petrol station that I stopped at just before the Eurotunnel was something like £1.70 a litre. So clearly all those who are saying the fuel's expensive because Brexit, well, they're talking out of their arse. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Probably not. I don't care. The point is, it's still expensive in Europe. At this point, it was anyway. But yes, I was heading north at this point. Pretty much due north, actually. Most of it was fairly boring, straight motorway. This tunnel sounded absolutely awesome, and I wish the sound was there to actually listen to it. That's slightly annoying. But with this bike in that tunnel, it was music, I tell you. I'll have to go back at some point. this is the point where I have to tell my other half to stop watching the video because she's not going to want to see what's coming up. And it's one of the things that made editing this tour, particularly after the discovery of No Sound, but why it made it so difficult to actually come around to doing it, to making the edit, to doing this voiceover, to committing to putting it on YouTube, because it was just an utterly soul destroying time. I was about half an hour from the end of the day, half an hour to get to camp for the evening. As you can see, it's a beautiful day, beautiful sunny day. The road is perfect in terms of surface quality. And then this, just this.